Okay, so it is December 31st, and this is the first cast on of today because I woke up and I realized I have several friends and there are several podcasters that are running make-alongs where you're trying to get things wrapped up and finished. So the one that I'm going to be participating in is with Mandy over at Mouse's Makes, and she has teamed up with, I believe her name is Belinda. If not, I'll try to correct it on the screen. And so Mandy has encouraged us to go check out Belinda Baubles so that we can get the information on this make-along. But the gist of it is, if you've cast it on in 2023 and you get it done before the end of March, you can enter it March of 2024, then you can enter it into their make-along. So I have a few things I'm planning on casting on today. And so I'll record the introduction and I'll record that I have it cast on, and then I'll move on to the next one. But then you'll see another progress video so that I can come back and actually put in some good diligent effort. So this cast on is cast on number 6. It's called the Baldelia. I'll show it to you here. It is by, who is this by? Who wrote this? Mary Amelie Designs. I just cast on another one of her projects. Anyway, it says Baldelia is a batwing pullover worked seamlessly from the top down. The circular yoke with its feminine neckline transitions smoothly into raglan shaping at the underarm, emphasized by single rib. Now, the thing is that this also says that this is, I just read through some of the pattern. I know I need a size US 4 for the ribbing. It's done on a US 7. It's DK weight. But I believe it says that it is constructed with 0 ease at your hips, because that's the measurement I need to get most accurate, and that'll help flare out some of the wingspan of the sleeves. So I have no problem with my US 7s because I don't have a whole lot of DK projects. The US 4s, I had to go scrounging. I have Cinder right here with her toy. She's either going to squeak or she's going to hit the tripod, one of the two. So I had to go scrounging for US 4s because I have several US 4s, but they're all on projects right now. So I had to break into my Addy Click. This was such a massive splurge for me when I started knitting. I started knitting back in 2015, and I just thought that I needed an interchangeable set. And so I bought this set. Okay, it's Addy Click. It's gotten some use, but within a couple of months of me buying this, I realized what lace tips were. This is not a lace tip set. So I very quickly realized I was not going to use these, and I really haven't used them hardly at all since I realized lace tips. And when I recognized what lace tips were, it was sheer accident. I went in, bought some needles that I didn't have in here, and I started working with it, and I was like, oh, this tip is so amazing. Why do I like this so much more? And she said, oh, you got the lace tips. Do you want to change them? I'm like, I want to change my interchangeable set maybe. So this was the very first set that I ever bought. I bought it probably in 2015, and I just don't use it. Well, I just pulled my US 4s out of here because I need to use it. It's what I've got. And so I am going to cast that on this morning. Here's a picture of it. I think that's the only picture in the pattern. other than, nope, here's another one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Look at that. I'm so excited about this. It says about, I launched my knitting pattern brand, Marie Amelia Designs, in order to share with my customers my taste in modern and feminine garments. Knitters will discover new techniques by obtaining interesting details and polished finishing, making them not only feel proud to have knitted one of my patterns, but also to wear what they have made. Nothing makes me happier than seeing what you've made with my patterns. So don't forget to tag me on Instagram. So I will be tagging her on Instagram because how exciting is that? So I will be casting this on right now. The wool that I will be using is Blue Savannah. Now, I've had this wool and this pattern, so both of these are coming from Stash. I will be using Blue Savannah. She's local to me. She lives in Idaho. This is her DK weight. It's 50% merino, 50% silk. So I'm expecting it to have a really nice drape. 231 yards per 100 grams. Now, when I looked at the pattern a couple of days ago, I realized that I had bought 4 skeins of this because I had it chose for a different pattern, and that would have been enough for that pattern. Looking at this pattern, I needed probably 2 more skeins. But when I got this wool, it was at a trunk show. She had sold out of it, but this was the color I wanted. So she went back and she dyed me this specifically for me. And she wrote me a little note. So I don't have any more of this, and it's not going to be at the yarn shop because she had dyed it for me. So I called the yarn shop and asked what else we had in Blue Savannah that maybe I could use a contrasting colors for the ribbing, the cuffs. Get on your bed. The ribbing and the cuffs and the neckline, and maybe a stripe or 2 because it's 2 skeins worth that I'm going to need. So I needed something that was Blue Savannah with the DK weight, and I really wanted it to be the same fiber content. So they had some 50% superwash merino, 50% silk, 231 yards. It is the same base, but it's a different color. So these are the 2 colors I will be putting into this top. I'm not sure how exactly if I'm gonna do big block striping or what I'm gonna do, but I will be doing these 2 colors for this top. I'm going to wind this. I don't know if I think about it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. How do I wanna incorporate 2 skeins into 4 skeins? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that is what I will be casting on first thing this morning, and I will be back as soon as it's on the needles. All right. I'm really glad that I've been winding these, because while I'm winding, I tend to remember, oh, I didn't tell him this. So if anybody is wondering, this gray color with blue Savannah is called Flagstone. And this, I don't even know what color you would call, well, I can tell you what color blue Savannah would call this. Chicory, Chicory. I mean, is that a lilac? Would you call that lilac? I'm not sure. So those are the color names for the wool, and I am going to get this cast on. I've got Cinder here. I've got Lily here. They're usually off screen, but they're hanging out, and we're gonna get some stuff on the needles so that I can participate in these make-alongs, because I'm gonna be casting them all on anyway. What if I just get them all on the needles today? Let's see how it goes. Okay, here we are with progress. I have got it cast on. I did the entire, all of the ribbing. I did the increases, because this is top down. So I did the increases, and I did the increases in the gray, and then it has one round of plain knitting. I did that in the lilac, and now I'm getting ready to do some short rows for the back. But I'm gonna put this cast on down because I want to get as many as I can done. And my goal going into 2024, this is not the place, but I'm gonna share it here anyway. I want all my bills paid. I want my house clean. I want as many cast-ons as I can get on today comfortably without stress. I'm not feeling stressed yet. And so I'm going to put this away. I'm going to go clean my kitchen. It is, let's see if I can share with you guys. It is 1:12. Ooh, can you see that? It's 1:12 in the afternoon. So I'm going to go clean my kitchen, and then I'll be casting on my next project. But I wanted to share, and I will be picking this up again. But there's my progress. I'm super excited. And when I went up the needle to the larger size needle, I just used my Addy clicks. I didn't transfer over to the other because the metal on these is working so smoothly with the silk in the blue Savannah. So I think I'm gonna use the Addy clicks for as long as I can. The tips are definitely duller, but I didn't seem to mind it. So we'll see how it goes, and there will be something following with a little more progress. So, all right, here we go. Let's go clean the kitchen. Hello, welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tanya. I am right in the middle of a little mini series of the 12 Cast Ons of Christmas, which is held and hosted by Angela over at Yarn and Yarns. She has Ravelry pages set up for this make along. I have her video and her channel linked in my description box below. But this is cast on number 6 for me. This year, Angela had decided she was going to start on Christmas Eve and carry it through the end of January. So that's what I am taking advantage of this year. I did start on Christmas Eve. I am planning 12 cast-ons, but I'm casting on and working for a couple of days on each project. So why I'm doing an introduction here, knowing that I'm going to add this to the end of another episode or a pre-recorded introduction, I'm really sorry, because I recorded this, I cast this on, and just a sliver, which you will have seen, on New Year's Eve, because I wanted to get it in under the 2023 year so that I could use it in a make-along. So with that being said, you guys, I have had such a productive 2 days on this project. I've shocked myself. Alex was not feeling well yesterday. She had a bit of a fever and was feeling pretty lethargic. And that started 2 nights ago. So today is Friday, January 5th. And this started about Wednesday night that she was just feeling kind of puny. And so I just got to sit next to her, and she leaned with me, and we watched movies and we cuddled, and it was great cuddle time with Alex because this is her week after school that she's off, and it was great knitting time. So you will have just watched me talk about the pattern, the Baldelia. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say it, but you would have heard me just probably mispronouncing it then as well. And the yarn that I'm using, which is Blue Savannah, 50% superwash merino, 50% silk, which is knitting, like taking the needle through it. It's like a butter knife through warm butter. I mean, that is what it has felt like working on this project. The needles, I know I'm using my Addy clicks, and they're not lace tips, which is what I am accustomed to. But between that smooth metal of the Addy clicks and the amazing material of Blue Savannah's silk merino blend wool, this has just flown. You guys, I'm shocked at how much I've gotten done. So let's look at what I've gotten done. So I showed you the 2 colors I was doing, and I'm not following a pattern for the colors. I'm just sticking in some of the lavender whenever I feel like it. And I did the, oh, you guys, I'm gonna need some needle stoppers. I did, oh, look at me. You're gonna hear Anthony in the background. So for those of you that are new to the channel, Anthony is my son. He suffered a traumatic brain injury years ago, about 9 years ago. And he still does speech therapy once a week. And so he's in the other room doing his speech therapy sessions. So if you can hear him, that's one thing I can't turn down right now. So I'm terribly sorry, but, so anyway, this is, trying to get the back so you can look at that, you guys. So I'm just putting in some of the lavender every once in a while. I did the short rows in the back because it did call for some short row building in the back. I have, I think 4 rows that I have to repeat 6 times. So 24 more rows, and then I can break for the sleeves. And this wool, oh, it has been, I mean, I wish you could see just how squishy it is. It has just been amazing to work with. Truly, truly amazing. If you have the opportunity to work with Blue Savannah, her cashmere blend, her silk blend, her sock wool, it's all phenomenal to work with, and I love it every single time. So there's my progress. on my Baldania. Now, one thing that this pattern, it took me a little bit as I'm working through the yoke, because I've done raglan tops before, and I'm familiar with, you know, place the marker here. This is where your raglan will be, your raglan increases. So if you look here, the fuchsia ring is my raglan increase, and maybe this is something that's really common in other patterns and I just haven't done enough tops. But then it has these two that they have you place, and these are pattern markers. So this is where around the raglan marker, they had you put pattern markers in, because you're going to be building that pattern that they show under the arm. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but these were markers that I had to put at every raglan increase. I have these pattern markers as well. So I'm excited to see how that builds. But I do need to make sure I'm not dropping stitches, because that would freak me out. So yeah, that is where the Baldania is at. I am going to move on to my next one, which is a small project, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to get going with that one, and I hope you guys are all doing great and enjoying 2024. See you.